Every single year, travelers waste billions of dollars carrying gear that is either outdated, unnecessary, or simply replaced by smarter options that they don't even know exist. Here's the shocking part. A global survey found that more than 60% of travelers admit to packing at least 3 items they never even touch on their trip. But here's what's even more disturbing. Some of these items are not only useless, they can make travel harder, heavier, more expensive, and in some cases, significantly riskier. And yet, stores still sell them, airports still promote them, travel experts still recommend them, and thousands of unsuspecting travelers still buy them every single day. Today, these outdated items meet their match, and number 1 on this list is so overlooked, so completely ignored by most travelers. Yet skipping it can literally cost you thousands of dollars in a single trip gone wrong. So, which of these outdated items are still weighing down your suitcase? Let's count down from 10 to 1, and I guarantee you'll never pack the same way again. Travel has fundamentally changed. Flights are faster than ever. Airports are getting smarter by the day. Security technology is more sophisticated, and digital solutions are everywhere. But here's the problem. Many travelers are still packing like it's 1995. Heavy paper guidebooks when everything is online. Bulky combination locks that provide zero real security. Gadgets that were once revolutionary but now only eat up precious suitcase space and add weight that costs you money. But the danger isn't just inconvenience. Outdated gear makes bags heavier, which triggers expensive airline fees. It takes up space you could use for souvenirs or essentials. It attracts attention from thieves who know exactly what to look for. And worst of all, outdated thinking leads to wasted money on items you will literally never use. The good news? For every single outdated item on this list, there's a smarter, lighter, cheaper, and more effective replacement designed specifically for modern travel. Technology has solved problems you didn't even know you had, and it all starts with an item you've seen in literally every single airport shop, hanging on display racks, shaped like a giant colorful U, and marketed as the key to comfortable travel. Item 10. Traditional neck pillows. The oversized travel neck pillow. Memory foam, bright colors, dangling from suitcases across every terminal like some kind of travel badge of honor. Everyone has one. Most people think they need one. But here's the truth. They're often the opposite of comfortable. These things take up almost half of a carry-on backpack when not in use. They're awkward to carry when you're not wearing them. And here's what nobody tells you. Most designs actually push your head forward, creating neck strain rather than relieving it. You end up more uncomfortable than if you just used the airplane headrest. I've watched travelers struggle through airports, these giant foam donuts swinging around their necks, taking up arm space, getting caught in security lines, and adding bulk to bags that are already at weight limits. Instead, modern inflatable or ergonomic pillows that fold into a pouch smaller than a soda can. These new designs provide genuine head and neck support, and some even allow side sleeping or forward lean positions, making actual restful airplane sleep possible for the first time. The choice is obvious. Carry a giant foam donut around the world, or slip a pocket-sized solution into any bag. But if you think neck pillows are bulky, wait until you see what many travelers are still carrying just to stay hydrated. Item 9. Bulky metal water bottles. The oversized stainless steel insulated water bottle has become more than travel gear. It's become a lifestyle statement. Yes, it keeps water cold for 24 hours. Yes, it's environmentally friendly. But when you're traveling, especially by plane, it's one of the heaviest, bulkiest, most impractical choices you can possibly make. These metal bottles add significant weight to bags, take up enormous amounts of space, and here's the kicker. They set off airport security scanners, leading to additional screening time. I've seen travelers miss flights because their water bottle caused a security delay. And here's what's truly absurd. Airports require all bottles to be completely empty at security checkpoints anyway. So you're carrying a heavy steel container through security that serves absolutely no purpose until you're past the checkpoint, when a lighter alternative would work just as well. Instead, collapsible silicone bottles that fold completely flat when empty. They clip onto backpacks, fold into pockets, and for longer international trips, filtered bottles that purify water from almost any source without the extra bulk. Why carry a metal brick when you can carry something that disappears when you don't need it? But if you thought water bottles were unnecessarily bulky, number 8 is a gadget that many travelers still buy for convenience, but it actually makes charging slower and more complicated. Item 8. Heavy, universal power adapters. Every experienced traveler remembers the old-school universal power brick, a chunky block with sliding switches, weird prongs that stick out at odd angles, and the weight of a small hammer. These devices were absolutely essential 15 years ago. Today they're completely outdated. They block adjacent outlets, making it impossible for other travelers to charge their devices. They frequently break mid-trip, leaving you stranded without power. And here's the worst part. They usually can't keep up with modern fast charging requirements. So your devices charge slower than they would with proper equipment. Carrying one of these feels like dragging a toolbox just to charge a phone. Instead, ultra-slim, multi-port USB-C chargers or compact regional adapters. One device, literally the size of a deck of cards, can simultaneously charge a laptop, phone, tablet, and wireless headphones. They're lighter, faster, safer, and take up a fraction of the space. Why carry a brick when a matchbox-sized charger powers 4 devices simultaneously? Technology evolves rapidly, and number 7 is a gadget that travelers once couldn't live without, but is now completely replaced by something that's already in your pocket. Item 7. Standalone GPS devices. Not too long ago, handheld GPS devices were the absolute mark of a prepared, serious traveler. Bulky screens, antennas sticking out, rechargeable batteries that died after 3 hours of use. Today, they're not just unnecessary, they're inferior to what you already carry. Modern smartphones with offline mapping capabilities outperform dedicated GPS units in virtually every measurable way. Apps like Google Maps and Maps.me allow you to download entire countries in advance. Even without cellular data or Wi-Fi, navigation works perfectly through GPS satellites. And with airplane mode enabled, phone batteries actually last longer than those old GPS units ever did. Instead, skip the extra device entirely. Use the phone that already fits in your pocket, saves you from carrying an additional charger, and eliminates one more gadget you can lose or have stolen. But what about security? Many travelers still rely on this next outdated accessory for peace of mind, not realizing it actually makes their belongings less secure. Item 6. Cheap combination locks. Walk through any airport and you'll see racks of 3-digit combination locks sold for a few dollars each. They look like security, they feel like protection, but in reality they're completely useless, and in some cases they actually make your luggage less secure. Most of these locks can be opened in under 30 seconds with nothing more than a ballpoint pen or paperclip. Worse, many aren't TSA approved, which means security officers will cut them off entirely if they need to inspect your bag, leaving you with no lock at all. But here's what's really dangerous. These fake security measures give travelers a false sense of protection, causing them to pack valuable items in checked luggage they should keep with them. Instead, TSA-approved resettable locks, or even better, modern suitcases with built-in locking systems that actually provide real security while allowing official inspection without destroying your protection. Speaking of identification, number 5 reveals why the most common luggage identification method is not just outdated. It's potentially dangerous. Item 5. Paper luggage tags. Every airline check-in counter still prints paper luggage tags, thin, flimsy, and completely exposed to the elements. These tags rip during handling, smear when wet, and sometimes disappear entirely, leaving your bag completely unidentifiable. But here's the real problem. Many travelers write their complete home address on these tags, essentially providing strangers with a detailed map to their empty house, along with the information that they're definitely not home. Instead, durable metal or plastic tags with only name, phone number, and email address. And here's a pro tip. Place a printed copy of the same contact information inside your suitcase, taped under the lid, so even if external tags are lost, your bag can still find its way back to you. Would you tape your home address and travel schedule to your front door? Then why broadcast it on your luggage? But even proper identification isn't enough anymore. Number 4 transforms any ordinary suitcase into something that's trackable anywhere in the world. Item 4. Traditional luggage without tracking technology. Here's what happens with traditional luggage. Once your bag disappears behind the check-in counter, it enters a complete black hole. For hours, sometimes days, you have absolutely no idea where it is, what's happening to it, or when you'll see it again. That uncertainty is completely outdated. Airlines lose approximately 25 million bags every year. When they tell you we're not sure where your luggage is, you're completely helpless. Instead, modern GPS tracking devices like AirTags, Tiles, or Samsung Smart Tags. These tiny devices, no larger than a coin, allow travelers to see the exact real-time location of their suitcase on their smartphone, anywhere in the world. When airlines say, "We're not sure where it is," your response can be, "It's sitting in Terminal C, Gate 15, right next to the Starbucks." Game changer. Technology solutions are powerful, but number 3 addresses an outdated packing method that millions of people still use, costing them valuable space and creating unnecessary problems. Item 3. Folding clothes flat. Most people still fold clothes exactly the same way they would for a dresser drawer. Flat, stacked in neat piles like they're organizing a closet. This method is not only outdated, it's incredibly wasteful and creates more problems than it solves. Flat folding wastes enormous amounts of space and creates sharp creases that turn into permanent wrinkles. When security opens your bag, everything becomes a chaotic mess that's impossible to repack properly. Instead, roll clothes tightly into compact cylinders or use compression packing cubes. Rolling saves up to 30% of available space while keeping clothes wrinkle-free and organized. Compression cubes keep different items completely separate and allow airport security to inspect your luggage without creating a disaster you'll spend 20 minutes trying to fix. That 30% space savings is equivalent to gaining an entire additional packing cube worth of room for souvenirs, gifts, or essentials. Organization helps tremendously, but packing the wrong types of items costs real money. Number 2 represents outdated purchases that airlines and airports profit from every single year. Item 2. Disposable travel-sized toiletries. Those neat rows of miniature bottles at every airport shop look incredibly convenient. 3-ounce containers of shampoo, lotion, body wash, toothpaste, everything you need in perfect TSA-compliant sizes. But here's what they don't tell you. You're paying premium prices for tiny amounts of products you probably already own. A family of 4 can easily spend more than $30 on toiletries for a single week-long trip. These mini bottles are overpriced, environmentally wasteful, and notorious for leaking inside luggage, potentially ruining clothes and electronics. Instead, high-quality, refillable silicone travel containers. They're completely leak-proof, TSA-compliant, and can be refilled at home with your preferred products for literally pennies per use. Over time, this single change can save hundreds of dollars while keeping your luggage clean and organized. Do you still buy overpriced mini bottles at the airport? The math is staggering when you add up the cost over multiple trips. And finally, we reach number 1. This isn't about gear or gadgets. It's about the single most costly mistake travelers make, something that's still completely ignored by most people, but could save you thousands of dollars when everything goes wrong. Item 1. No travel insurance. This is the most outdated choice that costs travelers the most money, and it's not even close. The majority of travelers either skip travel insurance entirely or rely on outdated policies with weak coverage that doesn't match modern travel risks. The result can be financially devastating. A single mishandled bag, one canceled flight, a medical emergency abroad, or a family crisis that forces trip cancellation can mean thousands of dollars in unrecoverable losses. Here's what people don't realize. Modern travel insurance has evolved far beyond the basic policies of the past. Today's comprehensive plans cover trip cancellation, interruption, medical emergencies, baggage loss, flight delays, and even cancel for any reason scenarios. Instead, modern travel insurance policies specifically designed for today's travel challenges. The cost is minimal compared to potential losses, often less than the price of a nice dinner, but providing coverage that can save your entire vacation budget. Some advanced plans even provide same-day reimbursements for essentials if luggage is delayed, covering clothing and toiletries, so you can continue your trip normally while your bags catch up. The math is simple. Spend a small amount on protection, or risk losing everything you've invested in your trip. Number 1 isn't glamorous. It's not a cool gadget you can show off on Instagram, but it's the single most powerful upgrade any traveler can make, and it's the one most people completely ignore until it's too late. Travel continues to evolve at breakneck speed. Airplanes are more efficient. Airports are implementing smarter systems, and packing strategies should evolve along with them. Neck pillows, bulky bottles, power bricks, and outdated security measures belong in the past. The modern replacements aren't just better, they're lighter, smaller, more effective, and designed specifically for how people actually travel today. Packing smart means traveling smart. It means avoiding airline fees, reducing stress, and maintaining peace of mind, knowing you're prepared for problems before they happen. If you made it this far, type "smart packing" in the comments. That way, Other travelers will know you're part of the community that leaves outdated travel methods behind. Which of these outdated items are you still carrying? And which modern replacement are you most excited to try on your next trip? If this guide helped you rethink your packing strategy, consider subscribing so every future trip feels easier, safer, and completely stress-free.